What's going on, guys? In this video I'm answering a question from a viewer who wanted to know about financial advice for guys who are in their teenage years, their late teenage years. So this is going to be good advice for you if you're in your late teens, early 20s in particular. But basically you're going to get to hear about how I really screwed this up, and through my fuck ups I'm going to be able to tell you what not to do so that I can give you a better idea of what you should do. Now before we get into that, my name's Keith. I made this channel to help men create their ideal lives through self-mastery. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you don't miss tomorrow's video, and let's get straight into it. Alright guys, so like I said, I fucked this all up, okay? I spent all my money between the ages of 18 to probably 20 on alcohol, weed, and just bad purchases. And you know, when you're that age, it is totally okay, I think, to like if you're gonna have to get that lifestyle out of your system, it's better to do it then than it is to do it later. And I do think I learned kind of like what not to do through that period of my life, and I learned why that's not an appealing lifestyle, at least for me, and I really don't think for anybody. But through that, you know, I had a part-time job. I was making like nearly minimum wage, like $9-10 an hour type of money. And I was just spending the whole thing. I had no focus on the idea of a long-term mindset. And there were so many opportunities as I look back that I could have set myself up so well, like to the point where I would literally be loaded right now if I had just made a few decisions that I failed to make. And that's what I'm going to share with you right here, is how you can make those decisions so that you can have a crap ton of money very, very soon. So the first thing I'll add to this is that when you're in your late teens, early 20s, this is an excellent time to be taking financial risks, because if you go broke, nobody expected you to have money anyway, so you might as well take a risk and go after that which really fires you up and inspires you and could give you the life of your dreams. Because when you have no kids, you have no spouse, you have basically no expectations or financial obligations on you, there's no better time in your life to go pursue that which you really want out of it. And they're like, if you're not going to do it now, you're never going to do it. So it's a time to take smart financial risks. Now what I was talking about with me is I didn't take smart financial risks. I took bad financial risks. They weren't even risks, they were just bad decisions. So what I mean by a smart financial risk is perhaps there's a business you're interested in learning more about. You sink some money into trying out that business, and perhaps it doesn't work out. You lose a few $1,000 or a few $100 or something like that. But you gained experience, and experience is extremely important because nobody really ever gets it right on the first try. So this is a great time to be taking these risks, and perhaps it does work out for you. You never know, but it's a great time because you don't have anybody counting on you to pay, most likely, who needs you to be able to support them. So it's a great time to be able to take risks, and most people have their parents they can fall back on if something doesn't go right. So it's a really good time to be taking financial risks and attempting to go after what it is you really want in life. So how I would say you go about this basically is have a smart long-term mindset, but also mix that with the willingness to take financial risks. So what I mean by this is you should be consistently planning for the future. You want to, like, if you're in your late teens, you want to make sure that, like, let's say you're going to college, by the time you get out of college, you have money in the bank so that you're prepared to either get a down payment on a house, down payment on a car, or just have like some savings prepared for whatever happens, you know. Just put yourself in a good spot for when you get out of college. That should be your mindset. But understand that if something comes up along the way that really interests you, you should be willing to forego that long-term provisioning mindset for the short-term opportunity, as long as you've weighed the outcomes and determined that you think it's worth taking a risk on it. But you got to look at everything. You got to be smart here. This is another mistake I made, is I'm a very glass half full kind of guy, and I think that's typically a good thing, but sometimes I fail to see the potential risks and downsides in things. So I'm very comfortable with high risk situations, and this has backfired in my face a few times. So you got to be like rational enough to look at a situation and determine, like, is the risk worth it here? Like, is this, like, if this doesn't work, am I going to lose too much money, or am I going to lose like enough money that it was worth the attempt and it was worth the lesson? Those are decisions you're gonna have to weigh. So you got to be smart, and a lot of this is about being financially mature, which most people in their late teens, early 20s are not. And I certainly wasn't, but that's just a suggestion I could give to you, is to be financially mature. This is also a great time to start a passion business of some sort. I'll give an example of me with YouTube. So when I wanted to start a YouTube for years. In fact, I did start a YouTube channel in early 2018. I made like I think I literally made one video. I got like 3 views. I had no idea what I was doing. I wasn't very good on camera at the time either, but I just know for a fact, like, I think about it now and realize, like, this is something I've always wanted to do. And if I'd just done it when I wanted to do it at the first place, I'd probably have hundreds of thousands of subscribers right now, and I'd probably be, like, filthy rich off YouTube selling courses and all this stuff. But here I am, and you know, I mean, it's fine. I'm still young, so it's no big deal. But just think about that and understand, like, play the long-term game on a passion, because you've got a few years. Nobody's expecting you to be loaded. So like, if you've just got this passion you're building on the side, like, what if you want to start a YouTube channel right now and you're like, well, in 2 years this could be huge? And I mean, for me, this only takes me about 45 minutes a day to do these videos and get everything uploaded and edited and everything. So like, this could literally be like, if this was a passion of yours or something else is a passion of yours, like, start it small, and it doesn't have to be huge immediately, and just be patient with it and enjoy watching it grow. And like, in a few years you could be just literally financially set doing exactly what you want to do. Another great financial idea is to have a side hustle coming in. This is I actually think this might be the most important thing you could do right now, is have multiple sources of income at a young age. Having like a regular job, or even if you don't have a regular job, just having like a hustle on the side, like maybe you're in school or something like that, having a side hustle that can pay for a lot of things very effectively. I'll give you an example. I have a cousin, he does this thing where he goes to thrift shops, like Goodwill type of deals, Value Village, and he buys stuff that he sees he can upsell on eBay. And I talked to him about this, and I figured he was making like maybe $50 a week doing this. I was like, how much money are you making doing this? He said $400 to $600 a week, and he said it would take him like a couple hours on the weekends to do it. All he did was go scout products from a Value Village and then upsell them on eBay, and he was making $400 to $600 a week in high school. So like, think about that. Let's say that you only made $50 a week. Let's be conservative with this. You spent an hour and a half, 2 hours a week, and you made $50 a week doing this. That's $200 a month. That's what, $2,400 in a year. So imagine if you did that for 4 years while you were in college, you made $2,400. That'd be what, $9,600. So at the end of college, like off 2 hours a week, maybe you have $9,600 saved up in an account. And that's like just the kind of thing, and that's $50 I'm talking about. And my cousin over here is making $400 to $600 a week. So like, I'm being very conservative for you, but finding a side hustle like that, something that's very like, it's not very time consuming, but it's just something where you can bankroll money for the future. Like, this is a time where, like, if you can just set yourself up financially, again, for the long haul, while also being capable of taking risks to pursue your dreams, that is really the focus of your financial life. I wouldn't be worried in your early 20s, late teens about stocks and things like that much. I mean, it's smart to get started with it, right? But stocks don't really start paying off until you've got like consistent, like multiple thousands of dollars you can put into it per month. Then they might start to really like get you a good result. But if you've only got a few $100 or a few $1,000s, there's a lot more intelligent things you can do, and you don't really have to worry about them being high risk, because like I said, like, nobody expects you to have a lot of money when you're in your late teens, early 20s. In fact, if you're between the ages of 18 and 24, to be in the top 1% of net worth for your age, you only need $20,000. So that tells you, like, the top 1% of 18 to 24-year-olds in America only have $20,000 net worth. So, like, you literally, like, I mean, it's so easy to, like, if you just make smart financial decisions, you could be in the top 1% for your age range. So I'm pointing that out to say, like, the expectations are very low financially for people your age. So if you're thinking about this and you're making good decisions, you'll be far and away ahead of the crowd. But guys, if you got a question you would like me to answer next Monday, go over to Instagram, shoot me a DM. I'll try to answer as many questions as I can on Instagram, and then I'll pick one that I'll answer on a video each Monday. But guys, if you got something out of this video, be sure to give me a like so I can reach more guys with my message. Hit the subscribe button, bell icon. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.